Where are the TVs? Where are the TVs? Where are the TVs? Well, I don't have much time for TVs right now unless they pay big, which I think this one does. This is a Samsung from 1990. This is a sentimental repair. Somebody died. Somebody wants this fixed. It was worked on by another shop, a friend of mine who owns a shop, and he's kind of gave up on it. The flyback was arcing. You can see where it was melted right there. And he put a new flyback in it, and the horizontal output transistor shorted out on him. So he wanted me to see if I could get this working. We got the SAMs here. 1990. It's a stereo set. It's probably pretty cutting edge for 1990. You can see we got a nice new flyback in here. Horizontal output transistor's been changed. I don't know about the regulator. We got to get into that, I think. Pretty old school. Did change a resistor. Oh, I see. He put a pico fuse down in there. It had a 0.01 fusible in there. I should be able to find something in one of these parts sets. Let's, I'm going to have a look at it. We'll hook the analyzer up to it. The first thing I notice here is one of the pins on the flyback is not shorted. I don't know if that's intentional or accidental. I think it would almost be intentional. I don't see how you could miss that. Alright, I think I got this hooked up right. Let's see what happens here. Horizontal output. The efficiency is showing pretty bad, but I don't know about that because the heater is hooked up. So okay, well, I unplugged this and took the heater out of the circuit, and the efficiency went way up. Then I shorted the heater on there and it went to pegged, so it looks like everything's working right. I got it plugged in. Let's turn it on here. Let's see what happens. Wait, it sounds like it's working. What the hell? Well, the high voltage is definitely kicking. I can hear it. But I can't, adjusting all the controls, I can't get anything on the screen here. There's no, and I adjusted the screen and focus over here, and I'm not getting anything out of the CRT at all. I don't know. It's kind of cheesy, but maybe I should check some voltages here, and we'll start by checking the screen right there. The filaments are lit. You can, I don't know if you can see it there. So that comes directly off the flyback. Sounding good. I don't understand why we're not getting anything. Let me check this out. Well, this shows the voltages on the cathodes as about 162, and it shows our screen as 325 volts. And everything is nicely labeled here. So our green cathode is 161. Our blue cathode is 146. or red cathode and blue cathode is 153, so those are close enough. And then we get to our screen, and our screen is 9 volts. And I adjust the screen over here, and it goes from 0 volts to 9 volts. So I wonder what that's about. Using the high voltage probe to measure the focus voltage, we have 92 volts. What is going on here? Okay, this thing reads a little low, but we have got about 22 to 25 kilovolts because this meter reads a little low. We've got over 20 kilovolts on this picture tube coming out of this flyback. So why do we have 90 volts on the focus? And that's what this says, 25 to 27 kilovolts. It's close. It's real close to that. It might be a tad low, like 1 kilovolt low. And it's interesting, you can even see where it had burnt through. The original one had burnt through and was arcing to that right there. You could see how, you can see right there where that's burnt, and then you can see here where that's punched through. See, we got a 10 microfarad here and some resistors. Maybe it's not the right flyback. Okay, I disconnected the focus and the screen lead just to verify that nothing was shorted in the CRT or on this board or in one of the spark gaps that would cause this thing to load down that flyback. And no, there's the voltages measure the same. So what is going on here? We have good high voltage and no focus or screen voltage coming out of this flyback. Here's what I'm going to do with this. Because I'm not absolutely 100% sure that the new flyback is the issue, I'm 90% sure. But before I tell the guy who was originally working on the TV, get your money back and get a different flyback, stop buying this cheap knockoff crap from China. I'm going to grind that out. Right there you can see where it blew through and was arcing to the aluminum chassis. I'm going to grind that out, and then I'm just going to fill it in with some of this silicone and change this back into the TV. And if we get focus voltage and screen voltage, then I know that this is the problem. The one thing I don't want to do is blow up the horizontal output transistor, so I'm going to have to think about how to deal with that, because you can't arc this solid state stuff out or you'll kill that transistor. I don't know how visible this is in the camera, but looking at this under a magnifying glass, you can see the problem here is that the insulation is actually failing and that the thing is literally cracking apart. I don't know how well you could see that there. It's just old. It's plastic. It's from 1990. It's just old. So I'm gonna go over that with a little silicone, and hopefully it'll be good enough just to slap it back in and test it. Alright, we'll let this dry for a day or two and slap it back in and see what kind of damage happens. Main thing is just really to get rid of the carbon tracking. You know, the when it burns through and it starts to burn the plastic will become conductive. So yeah. Okay, the original silicone flyback is reinstalled. Now I gotta kind of power this up and be real quick on the draw to unplug it, because it will take down the horizontal output transistor. Might do it before I can unplug it. So here we go. One hand on the power switch, the other hand on the plug. And it came up. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, And look at that. I don't like getting my hand near this thing. Okay, there's our screen. And there's our focus. And I hear something arcing here. Okay, it's actually just leaking out of this wire. I don't know if it's very damp out here, so you can kind of hear it spitting there. Anyway, that looks good. I don't even need to check the screen voltage to make sure it's there. We can see it there. We can see that the focus, you want to adjust it to make the dots the smallest and sharpest. So yeah, this is very interesting to me. This is it's got the same exact part number on it, and it looks exactly the same. It's a little different on the bottom, where this one has a third pin sticking out right there, but it ties to the same spot on the circuit through the circuit board that one does. So I don't know what's going on with this. You know, all I can say is it's best to use OEM parts, and I know that something like this, they're probably very, very difficult to find an OEM part, and if you do, it's probably going to cost a ton of money. It'd probably be better to find an EOL junk set. I'm sure that Samsung uses flyback in a whole bunch of their chassis, but you know, I mean, the stuff is just getting old, and the plastics are failing, and the glues and adhesives and sealants and potting materials failing. The stuff is just old, you know, and the parts are not really available anymore, and it's, you know, becoming more and more of a challenge to fix this stuff. Now, it's harder to substitute something for this than it would be a tube set. Now, I can substitute tube sets all day long, but solid state stuff, because all of the voltages come off of this for the set. So all the low voltages, the 5 volts and 12 volts and 36 volts and all that, B plus and boost and all that come out of the flyback. So it's not real easy to substitute something for that. So anyway, that's a diagnosis. I will get it back to the person who was working on it and let them figure out what to do with it. They just wanted me to diagnose it for them because they couldn't believe, I guess, that a new part wouldn't work. But hey, China.